everybody. Full case Topps Chrome Blasters 22. Guys, I got in again, you guys know I got in a fresh shipment. I don't know why these two are different SKUs. We've been ripping this SKU on the right. I'm going to try the different SKU on the left. If there is something wrong with this SKU, if it doesn't offer you guys the same odds, or if it doesn't give something better than the red, white, and blue for whatever reason, I'll put this back on my shelf and I'll open up that case I just put on the ground. So good luck. We're going to find this out all together right now. We're going to find out why this is a different SKU. Okay, I mean, first of all, it's the same blaster. Let me take out one. Here, let me take out one. I mean, it says red, white, and blue parallels. So again, guys, I can't tell you why it's a different SKU. Hopefully, it's a good thing. Hopefully, it's a good thing. You know, Claymos, I think it's something I'll probably DM you about privately. That there is one thing. I will say this. I will say this. I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree. Here's my honest thoughts. Here's Hammer's honest thoughts. All right. Yes, sometimes it feels as if we have too much channels. And yes, sometimes, for example, sometimes Blez Light takes away from, like the main basketball channel. What I mean by that is, let's say I'm ripping these blasters. Well, the basketball channel, the main Blez Sports Cards channel, was ripping the Topps Chrome Megas at first. So, in a sense, I kind of took away a cheaper break from the main channel, in a sense. So, that's never a good thing when I take away from a channel. So, that's not good. Now, what I will also say on this matter is the positives that come out of changing channels is, and remember, this isn't a Blez point. This is a Hammer point. This is, I mean, I'm sure some of what I have to say is going to make perfect sense, but this is what I'm saying about it. When we created Blez Light, the goal for Blez Light was not necessarily to only capture the Blez clientele, the Blez collectors that want a cheaper shot at some of these big breaks. But the goal was there's a lot of people that's never heard about group breaks before. There's still like 80% of the population that doesn't even know what the hell a group break is. You know, there's still people trying to scour Targets and Walmarts for blasters, megas, whatever the case being, you know. And while a lot of it is for people to flip, which I understand, I get it, guys, I get it. The flip side was our hope was that we would capture new customers that focused on the value breaks. That was our hope. And just like starting a TCG channel, I don't think we have a lot of Blez collectors that purchase TCG. Yes, there's a lot of Blez collectors here that buy Pokemon, yes. But let's be real, majority of them are right, yes. And again, to that degree, we all understand, all of us, and I would be upset as well. If you guys are messaging me right now, right? If you guys are messaging me on Instagram, hey Hammer, I can't wait to hang out tonight. Whatever the case being. You know, what are you gonna rip tonight, Hammer? I'm in this Topps Chrome Blaster case. Can you push that for me? I really want to see it tonight. Yeah, I got you. And then when I come in, it's like, oh. Yes, that is a big portion of it too. Again, I'm speaking from my heart right now, Rainier. This is not from Blez directive. This is not from Backer, Scott, or anybody. I'm just speaking from my heart right now. The one thing you also have to keep in mind, though, and I will say this: as much as it's good to separate the as much as it's good to separate the channels and potentially bring in new customers, right? What's not good is exactly like what you just said. One, we're splitting the customers basically, right? I'm sorry, I don't mean to use customers. Customers is such a rude freaking word, I know, but we're splitting the Blez collectors, the existing Blez collectors that's buying breaks with us. We do split them, which I don't like that 100%. And then number two, here's the worst one. If we don't split channels, sometimes we actually don't have spots for people. That's also another thing. That's why I say be careful with your words. I say that not to you, Clemens. I'm saying to anybody out there, be very careful. Because if Blez Light goes bye-bye, there's no room for me. That's the truth. So then I get shifted to whatnot. And again, I'm not saying that this is what Backer them told me. I'm just telling you guys. If you guys said, oh, no point in having Blez Light, no point in having this brand new channel, then guess what? Hammer doesn't have a YouTube position. I'm just saying that's the truth as well. You know what I mean? Like, so you gotta kind of be careful with those words. Yes, have an opinion, yes. But as much as you don't like it, let's have a solution, right? Yeah, but Rainier, you've been here longer than me. Like, yeah, and you know what, Clemos? You're absolutely right, yes. So again, so not a bad idea, Steven. Killer B, I appreciate that comment. Maxi, yes. Con winning Roy, I would bet on Con, but most likely he's not. But I would bet on Con still, just letting you know. Steven, let me address that real quick. That is, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to anybody. That's part of it, guys. That's what I told you. I said there's gonna be some changes. You know, there is gonna be some changes. Sorry, I know. There's Skeet. I know you haven't been here long enough, and trust me, I don't want to talk about business all day neither, because I feel like we talk about it a lot on this side when I try not to. I know, Catboy. I know. But yeah, Steven, the truth is maybe that might be an alternative. Maybe, maybe, maybe Blez Light needs to. Maybe Blez Light moves to, combining with Pop. That's a possibility. I'm not saying it's not a possibility. Football never does well at night, Steven. FYI, that's why football is never. We don't go late on football. It just does not. Trust me, we've tested it for almost 3 years now. It does not go late at night. For some reason, a lot of the football clientele, I hate to say this, they're American. A lot of them. I'm not saying all of them. They're American or they're German. Believe it or not, they're American or German. Not a lot of Asia folks are buying football, which is why basketball and baseball does well late at night. Not a bad idea, but so like we talked about it, yeah. Maybe Light and Pop does need to combine and stuff like that. Clemos, how long have you known me, Clemos? Honestly. How long have you known me? Since when did I ever have true seniority over anybody over here? Be honest. Because if that's the case, I probably would have been on baseball. Right? Like, think about it. Who came after me? And I'm not, this isn't a stab at any other breaker. Teddy them came after me. Cat them came after me. Erica Jones and her brother came after me. I was right after Jags. People don't realize that. The seniority is, it's pretty much, aside from the brothers and Damon, it's Derek, Sarah, Jags. And before that, it was obviously Big Al and someone else that we'll never talk about in this company ever again, but and Ross. That was the only people ahead of me. Big Al, Ross. When we talk about seniority, everybody else came after me. All the WN people, they all came after me. All of them. Yeah, I said the Blez brothers. I did. Obviously, the core four. I wouldn't forget about them. I wouldn't not mention C Blez. But by the time I came, C Blez was nowhere to be found. He was not regularly streaming already here. Then there was talks about him coming back, and then blah, 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 blah. So the thing was, and I will end it right here, Skeet, and then we could talk about it. When I had the option a year and a half ago to take over this channel, like to start Blez Light, when we had the option to do it, and even when I kind of had I didn't really have an option to start it back up, but when we started this channel back up, let's talk more recent instead of going all the way back in time. When me and Backer met during Christmas, the week before Christmas, me and Backer met up. And he basically told me that, Topps does a phenomenal job at retail, which all of us know that. Baseball retail is always phenomenal for the most part. Superfractors, Mickey Mouses come out of the baseball products. Lots of autos, on-card autos, rookies, firsts, always come out of the retail. So it was always fun. It's always fun to rip. So he told me Backer's vision was that we were going to be doing a lot of Topps Chrome retail products. When Topps Chrome football comes out, we'll be doing a lot of Topps Chrome football and everything like that. The problem is, like I said yesterday, it's when we don't have these products, we don't have that pivot. Hard to do older product. Like if I was to bring in a Wemby product right now, right? If I brought in 23, 24, let's say we rip Prism 1 boxes on this channel, everybody's going to practically want the Spurs. That's it. So you're basically going to have one good team and you're going to have 29 shit teams or okay teams. So again, bad for the room, right? Not a lot of people are going to want that. Whereas if we offer a product like, let's say, 21, 22 basketball, we have Cade, we have LeBron, we have Steph, we have Scotty Barnes, we have Jalen Johnson. Okay, cool. We have a nice variety. We have a nice spread. So that's the only real time you see me offering older product, right? So just things to kind of like, there is a lot of moving pieces, but Rainieri is right. Sometimes I wish we had a better plan in place, like I wish we had like a true mastermind. But at the same time, sometimes Rainieri, sometimes a mastermind takes too long too. Honestly, sometimes it does. But it could be as simple as, a 2-hour meeting. Let's talk about options. Okay. Gonna start another channel. And then from there, we can take, we can spend that second hour or third hour and being like, all right, what's the pros, what's the cons, and what's the procedures, what's the launch, what's the guidelines. Because another possibility too, Clay Moss and Rainier, another possibility is I go back to like, again, it's not guaranteed, but we're just throwing out ideas, right? Another possibility is that we axe this channel. Because we primarily do 90% of my breaks on this channel. 95% of the breaks is always basketball breaks anyway. But then if I go back to, like, let's say daytime basketball, Backer and everyone else, which I agree, we don't want to do it. We don't want to be doing NT football or, NT basketball, excuse me, or flawless basketball first thing at 8:30 in the morning. Because then I'm going to run through the store, get really hot, and then at 4 p.m. when Jags or Scott comes on, I did all the hot product, and now Jags them got silhouette basketball or what. Again, I'm just throwing out stupid things there. They got Chronicles basketball at night. So there's just got to be a lot of guidelines. There's a lot of thought that goes behind it. And from somebody as analytical as you, Rainieri, you're absolutely right. The problem is as you said, we, I'll speak on behalf of Jag. Said it a million times. We all say it a million times. And it's not necessarily, I don't disagree with it because some companies are actually too slow to act. When I worked for Toyota, for example, Toyota had to have everything. You had to have a smart action plan in place. You had to be able to have SOPs in place for each process and procedure and the reasonings why behind. Like, and by the time you take 2, 3, 4 weeks to do it, it's like you already lost that time. The difference is when backers here, when Scott them's here and they hear a good idea, it's like, oh, that makes sense. And we'll talk preliminarily about it. Like, hey, let's start Blez TCG. Oh, that's pretty genius because now Blez Pop can focus on Marvel, Disney, WWE, blah blah blah, and now we won't slow them down with with Pokemon, with One Piece. Okay, cool. That's the problem. That's where the conversation ends, and then we just execute instead of executing and continuing to plan and set the guidelines, set the controls, as you would say, right? What's up, Evans? See, I like it when everybody engages. I like it when everybody's engaging. This is the kind of conversations we all actually need. This is what makes us better. That's what makes everybody better. Yeah, I get it. I mean, over here, I mean, what? I got like 30, 40 people in here. We don't got 130, 150 to worry about on the main channel. So I'm okay with having some conversation over here. Hear it from the horse's mouth, Is it a little bit inappropriate? Probably, but it's not like I'm giving away any kind of trade secrets or anything that you guys don't already know. Right. So, but see, so like Evans, I'm pretty sure you were here when we were all there, but when we used to do the day sessions, the problem was here's the problem. As the nighttime breaker, right? Let's just say, for example, I got an NT and it's 60 spots away, and we got the elites there. Let's say, Wembenyama's there, Cooper Flag's there, Khan's there, and I'm just, again, for sake of argument, let's just say they're $2,000-$3,000 spots, and we got 50 in the room. Most times that's not gonna fill. 90% of the time we're probably not gonna get it off. So the nighttime guy will go home. So now I come on at 8 a.m. And when I come on at 8 a.m., guess what? That break is now down to 18 spots. And the most expensive player we got is a $200 player. So now the thing is when, as the daytime guy is on, as I'm ripping breaks, guess what? The break sells out. And it's 10 o'clock in the morning. Hey, Hammer, when is NT going to run? Break is full. And it's one of those things where we know the break is full. We're going to get tons of people in the room at 10 a.m. But let's say that was the last case. Well, now I just set up the nighttime guy for disaster. Because now, let's say we had Finest Hobby in the store. Maybe Prism Deca. Sure, we got some breaks that will move, but the main attraction, your main event, or one of your main events is now gone. The stuff that brings in 2, 3, 400 people to watch because they want to see that life-changing six-figure card, it's gone. And we used to run into that issue kind of a lot back in the day. Yeah, and you know, what, Evans, you're absolutely right. But at the end of the day, that's not my personal call. That's up to the ownership. You know, again, I'm just telling you the pain points that we used to have. In my opinion, again, my opinion, nobody else's. If I ran the daytime shift strictly on basketball, we would still run Blez Light stuff. It would still be blasters, hangers, megas, you know, 2 box, 3 boxes of this. Yes, definitely. But in the event we had, like, let's say a full case of Prism ready to go, I don't have to shy away from running a full case of Prism. I don't have to shy away from running a full case of Finest Hobby, for example. Now, maybe the bigger breaks, like Finest Delight, Topps Chrome Breakers Delight, National Treasures, Immaculate, Noir, whatever it is, those high-end breaks, I would just tell everybody, hey, this goes nighttime shift, period. You know? But until I get those guidelines in place, it's tough, you know? There's going to be confusion. There's going to be a little bit of confusion. There's going to be a little bit of what the hell. But yeah, no, great. I mean, guys, great conversation. We're just conversing. What up, DDC? We're just having conversation. That's all it is. I love conversation. I take that back. I love collaboration. That's what I should say. That is the appropriate thing to say. I love collaboration. Collaboration's important for me. Somebody like me. Russ, yeah, I would love to do more baseball. Trust me, I would. But again, even with baseball, same problem. Like right now, like when baseball, there's only expensive stuff. Again, I kind of take away from that because they used to run 10 bucks. We used to run on baseball 10 bucks blasters. 20 bucks. What's up, SW Gaming? I have no clue anything about it. I do not have Allen and Ginner in this building. Sorry, brother. If you want it from like Blez Online or anything, that's gonna have to be something that's shipped to you. Right. So I don't do a ton of it. I'm not saying we don't do it at all, but we used to do like 10 box megas, random teams. We used to do 10 box blasters, random teams. Things like that. So again, right, talking about Blez Light, and this was something we were talking about like 20 minutes ago. That's where Blez Light can actually hurt the other channels, right? Kind of. Because now I kind of handcuff Blez Baseball. I kind of handcuff Blez Sports Cards. Now I'm handcuffing them to only doing full cases. So again, now I'm kind of splitting the customers a little bit. And again, I don't mean to use customers. I hate that word, but. So that's where the pro and cons come in, right? That's where the guidelines need to be set. And that's kind of what we're trying to figure out now. That's exactly what the part of my meeting was about this past week is we have to set clear guidelines. Because I'll give you a great, let's talk about a really good example coming up. Watch me. Hold me to this point, guys. For all 40 in the room for me to hear this. Bowman basketball comes out, right? This channel, it's either going to be really dead or really busy. It's going to be one or the other. Because everybody's going to want to watch Bowman Hobby, Bowman Jumbo, Bowman Breakers Delight. They're all going to want to watch it rip on the main channel. Now, I'm going to get blasters and megas, most likely, not guaranteed. We're working on it right now, guys. I had a conversation with Backer yesterday to make sure he's working on getting us some. But the problem is my channel gets hot when the basketball channel gets hot. So we'll be flying through blasters and megas, but the minute 2-3 weeks, 1 month goes, and we run out of blasters and megas and everything else, this channel just disappears. I can't run breaks such as a 3-box obsidian break. I can't run a 21, 22 Prism one box break because it's like it's older, it's stale, it's not what's in right now. So finding quality retail products, that's what I'm having trouble with. Hence why I have to do all sports. Why I have to do baseball, why I have to do football. So that when basketball, little bit fatigued. Okay, cool. I got Optic downtown chasing for football. I got Absolute Kaboom chasing. Right. Another reason why I'm on early in the morning. One, take care of the East Coast family because East Coast, they're ahead of us. So I come on early so East Coasters have a morning breaker. Two, for our Asia clientele, for our Asia collectors, by the time I'm on at 6 a.m., it's only 9 p.m. for the Asia collectors. And that's their prime time, if you will. So for the Asia collectors, I like to be on first thing bright and early. I always fight to be on early. If I have to start here at 4 a.m., I'll do it. Like, I don't mind. I'm an early bird in general. So yeah, I mean, kind of cool to talk about with you folks. At least understand some of our internal workings. Not all of it, obviously, guys. Not all of it, but you know, give you guys a little bit of insight as to maybe it answers some of your guys' questions. Oh, why is Ham on here? Blah 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 blah. I don't care what I rip. I love ripping Flawless. I like ripping Top Series 1. Is that fucked up? Maybe, but I enjoy it. I'm a hobbyist. Yeah, and for the most part, you're really doing business with me on this channel. For the most part. Yes, backer them gotta give me the product. They gotta get the product pricing, all like that. And most times, they have the products priced. Most times, if I have to readjust pricing, because I can't charge, for example, I can't charge $500 for Cooper Flag when the main channel is charging $600 for Cooper Flag and a hobby product. You know, I'm just saying, right? So there is a lot of collaboration that needs to happen on my side too. So yeah. Anyway. Enough on that rant, I think. Family's doing okay, brother Russ. Doing okay. We're out of it. Obviously, I know a lot of friends and family that's affected by the mud. Wailua side, North Shore side, Manoa side is flooding like crazy. Record floods. It's scary. Some people ask why I'm not posting about it. It's not that I'm not posting about it. It's just I'm more of a man of action. So I will be looking to donate and stuff like that. You didn't start anything, Clemas. You didn't start anything, brother. That was a fun conversation. I'm just glad I was able to hopefully answer some questions, maybe offer some insight to some of the things, because maybe you guys might have a better idea. Maybe some of you guys are texting my phone right now saying, hey, Hamad, that was a great explanation. And maybe some of you guys are texting me saying, hey, I understand. Have you guys looked at ABC options? Maybe. At the end of the day, I want Blez to survive because obviously, guys, I need a job. I'm like you. I'm like anybody else out there. I need income. I gotta support my family as well, right? But more importantly, I want a place for all the collectors to come hang out. No, you guys are doing great business with a great company, with a great person behind the camera, whether it's myself, Teddy, Jags, Scott, whomever. That's what I want the feeling to be. Every day. Should be hanging out. We should be talking about how Mac McClung hit 59 points and is the highest scoring in the G League ever. Like, we should have these fun conversations every day. How you doing, brother Russ? You want to know something funny? You guys want to know something funny about these boxes? I noticed too. It doesn't have the security tags. These boxes don't have the security tags. Yeah. So trust me, I mean, it's still my job. I still gotta create breaks. I still gotta make breaks. What's up, Miz? Dude, you know, and again, that is something we've talked about. Upper deck is very difficult, though. Upper deck is difficult to replenish and keep a healthy stock of. If we had good distribution through them, I guarantee you I'd be doing that. Another thing we've talked about was like soccer, hockey, all like that. I think soccer might have to be something that I might have to truly look into. Yeah, Skeet, these ones didn't have it. It was weird. I did notice it after like the first 10 boxes I ripped. So what, but that could be a good thing because this could be like, you know, stuff that goes to like non-big box stores maybe. I'm assuming the security tags are in there because they know it's going to big box stores, so. Maybe this is like a hobby product, like a hobby blaster. It's just bold. Whereas like this. Yeah, Mez, for sure. I would, you know, I'm not great with hockey. I know more about hockey than I do soccer and tennis. That's for sure. Like soccer, you guys would be laughing at me. Hockey, you guys laugh at me. Here's Buffalo Joe Shuffalo Mick. Number to 99. Yeah, Bobo's actually really good with soccer. That's what I mean, though. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I know that there is a soccer market and soccer/football market. So that might be a route as well, you know. You know what I'm saying. And there's Zegris, and there's Barba Fashik, and you know. There's the Chris Chelioses out there. There's the Ovechkins. Soccer is tough, though. Well, he is the backer, so it's okay. right. Let's see what this brand new SKU is all about. I think the only difference between the SKUs, I think one was meant for like, you know, retail shops. I think that's the only difference. I think so. I could be wrong, but let's find out. I already seen the red, white, and blues. I've seen basketball, so this is the exact same product. Let's check it out for the first time. Good luck, everybody. Thank you for the fill. Young Hansen on the basketballs. Let's go. I would love that. I would love that. Nice. Starting off pretty decent there. Refractor of Harper for TC. Ah. Might be a great sign, folks. How about an advisory SSP of Dylan Harper for TC? Nice. Couple of Harpers there early. There's VJ. Zakarski on the red, white, and blue. It's always fun for me. You don't understand. I love doing this. I love hanging out with you guys every single day, so long as you guys are talking to me. I enjoy it. I genuinely, wholeheartedly enjoy it. I haven't had the opportunity to go, 12, 14 hours for you yet, Skeet, but trust me, when the day comes where I gotta pound in 18 hours for you on stream, I can't wait. I can't wait till Blez Light can be like that, honestly. I'd feel very good. Young Hansen on the red, white, and blue. Young Hansen spot and Harper spot doing well so far. That looks gold, but most likely a yellow for the pit. It is gold. It's Tim Hardaway Jr. Unfortunately, he is still coming out. Kanipo. Wow, lots of Young Hansen. I mean, it's a really rough game, but I'll be honest with you, Mo Mummy can be very rough as well. There's a true blue for the Rockets. Van Fleet to 150. Huff and Puff is fun. Like I played the original Huff and Puff before it became like widespread knowledge. I was playing Huff and Puff since 2020 or 21. Whenever the game kind of came out, it came out in coalition with Piggy Bankin', Hats and Bats, Hats and Bats, or whatever it is, Cats and Bats, and Dynamite Dash, or whatever the Dynamite one was. They're all created by Scientific Games. That's how much of a nerd I was on slots back in the day. I don't keep up anymore, but yeah, Dragon Link has been in the market for over 10 years. I believe over 10 years. I've been playing Dragon Link since like 18, 19. I started really playing it like hard like 2019, 20. That's when I started like really playing it very hard. Then in 2021, it crushed me very hard. But yeah, I do play. I don't really play like if you notice when I play slots, I kind of stick to majority of the same slots that I know and I play already because I don't really like trying new things. Kind of like restaurants. Oh, no worries, Evans. Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, like if you were Evans, I'm not gonna lie. If you were here yesterday I was a little tilted because I've never like yesterday was probably the I hate to say this too. This is gonna sound negative, but yesterday was my slowest day I've ever had at Blez. Yesterday, I don't think I've ever had a session where it was that slow. Like nobody was really like it took like 20 minutes before somebody would say one thing yesterday. Yesterday was weird. Now I know Bowman was coming out. I get that in the morning, but even towards that afternoon time it was kind of insane. So I'd be lying to you if I tell you that I'm not upset. But you know, one thing, it's not your fault. Why am I gonna get mad at you? I'm not gonna get mad at anybody in here. You guys are the very guys that are pushing my brakes. I would never get mad at you. Damn, McCullum to 275 on the yellow basketballs. And Clifford on the refractor. Trust me, being on here, guys, that's one thing everybody needs to hear. No, 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 no. I know you're not, Evans. I know you're not. But one thing I will say, Evans, I say this a lot. Like, even me, even when I get frustrated sometimes, which I do get frustrated. Ask Jags, ask anybody else. I get frustrated over here. I've been frustrated. Most recently was last year's national. For anybody that was with me, I was pretty pissed off. I don't normally show it, but you know when my feelings get hurt, and I'm a pretty emotional guy. I admit it. I keep it in check for the most part, but you know once it starts feeling like a fu, like okay, different story. Like I'm a lash a little bit, but it is a privilege to be here. Honestly, Clifford, it's a privilege to build relationships, to build trust, to be able to be in sports cards for a living. Nonetheless, really is a privilege to be here. So I try to remind myself that. Try. If you was here, Vigo, if you were here last year, summertime, ask anybody. Us. That was probably the most upset and most unprofessional I've ever been on this channel. I take off my shirt, I take off my pants, doesn't matter. Last year was probably the most unprofessional I've ever been. Harrison Barnes to 275 on a yellow basketballs. Hey, we finally connected on one. On the yo kick, Vigo. Wasn't Larry Legend though, but nice yo kick. We connected on the patented SSP. I think that was Monday? Tuesday? Monday? Monday. Yesterday was Tuesday. I lose track of my days. Oh, something stuck. Aqua. Ah. Oh shit. But that's the fun. Exactly. Like that's the fun part about it. Speaking of what Evans is saying, when we human, like that's the fun part. Like I love connecting with the collectors back home. It's, by the way, I hope your family's safe through all the storms and all the flooding, which I didn't tell you that Monday, I don't think. But you know, it's those things like as a breaker, like I always try to make mental notes. Okay, Vigo. Oh, you getting slammed then? Well, I hope you're safe, guys. Vigo is in the depths. Cause Manoa is getting murdered. Today is getting better though, right? Today not as crazy, right? The brunt of the craziness is already Paul, right? Yeah. So my wife, if you've seen Mrs. Hammer or if you've met her on the channel over here, freaking We used to. She used to work in Manoa right there. Hey, Kelly. So we used to frequent. We used to frequent Manoa kind of a lot. Cause in the shopping center in the corner, she used to work the doctor's office. Dr. Andrew Jun. She used to be the receptionist there. So we used to be there quite a bit. Um, Make the right by the Safeway and then upstairs. He went actually. So he opened up. He had to move to across the street from the 76 by the skate park. I forget what the name of the building is. Right when you kind of buy Ala Moana on the 76 on the gas station on Beartanya. And then now he stay Queens. He stay Kahala now. Kahala Queens, where the Bank of Hawaii used to be. But yeah, bro, my favorite place is Manoa Burger. Nobody knows about Manoa Burger. It's my favorite place. I forget the actual name. I call it Manoa Burger. Their pork chops was major over there. They made the bread, the Korean couple. Super nice couple. I used to love going there. My favorite burger in Hawaii by far. By far. Reynald, I'm not refractor. Yeah. The plate lunch place. If the Monopoly place is over here, it's like it's on this side, kind of like backside of Safeway, and it's like across. I mean, yeah, backside of Safeway. Island Burger, yeah, Island Burger. I call it Manoa Burger. Sorry, my favorite place over there. When the Korean couple owned it, I don't know if they still own him, but he was such a nice dude. Another Young Hansen refractor. Right, so far only one SSP, no autos yet. $5 range. If it's $5 and up, most times we all used here at Blez DC Sports 87. If it's cheaper than $5, for me personally, I get a hard time. I used to list on eBay myself, and I used to do the 99-cent cards and pray I'd get feedback. Which you're lucky for every like 30 cards you sell, 99 cents, you're lucky if you get one feedback. That's lucky. But yeah, I mean, I heard COMC is good for like the cheaper stuff. 5 to 100, I've been doing DC Sports 87. I haven't sent in a consignment order in over a year now. It's been probably over a year. Purple to set. Ooh. Hornets, good luck. Oh, Josh Green to 75. Yeah, if you need help or anything, let me know. But they were good. They were trustworthy. Their system's super easy. You just put in one piece of paper. You write your name, throw them in with your card, ship them. Then you make an account on after you make an account on their website, you can follow all your listings when your listings go live. Usually it only takes like 2-3 weeks. Oh, nice cripple. Takes like 2.5 weeks for your listings to hit eBay. Then they go on a 5-day auction, and then once it's all paid, it literally lists out what you got paid and their fees. Their fees are very reasonable. And for the most part, you make more money because you save a lot of time. Anybody else use any other consignments now? Yeah, DC has been really good. They treated me really good. So until they screw me over, DC Sports. Richard. I've never tried COMC. Like, I have like so much like cracked ice. You know, and again, it's 99 cent cards at best, maybe $2 in some instances. CMD. But like I got like a lot of like when I used to rip a lot of retail, fast break like that, Cooper Flag. Like I got a lot of those rookies. You know, Anthony Davis, cracked ice, all those kinds of things, like non-numbered. Then I got some of the high numbered stuff. I got some of the unlicensed stuff. Like I'll usually just package up like a handful at a time and then just send it off for the cards I really don't care about. Alex 2A, Igor. Nice Ace Bailey. I might try COMC because COMC, I haven't researched them in a long. It's probably been almost 2 years since I've last researched them. You can send in the cheap cards too, right? If I'm not mistaken. Flag on the activators. Another Reynald. Interesting case so far. What about like the dollar cards and stuff? Is it even worth sending in? Or is it better to just donate? Yeah, see, so like DC Sports 87, depending on the value of your card, like I think $5 cards they give you like 85% value of what it sells. Which is still fine because on average, if you're like a casual eBay seller, you're still gonna get hit with like 13% fees. So they take it's something like 15% or 13%, whatever it is. I don't remember. You gotta look on their website, but once you start getting to like the $500 cards or whatever like that, then they only take like 90%. So like you still say you stay exactly. You don't have to deal with like the returns, all the BS. I've never had a consignment order return on me, knock on wood. All right. Let's do it, guys. 2 more stacks. Danny Wolf on the red, white, and blue. Wow, they're all backwards today. That's actually the first time I've hit an Austin Reeves. I believe he was a zone spot. Yes, it is. Super 10. It's the Paradox. Austin Reeves. So no Fanatical, which is nice. Yeah, me too. Me too. I don't have my photo box. I left it in Hawaii, but me too. Like I don't mind doing it because it does, like, having a reputable eBay brand makes it easier to move like the big cards when you need to. Rashad Holmes yellow to 275. Makes it easier. I'm not saying it makes it easy, but it makes it easier for sure. Oh, nice. I mean, some of them you might even want to consider getting graded. And yeah, some of them you can just sell right away and just, get your monies back like that. Richardson refractor. Ace refractor. I haven't seen a glass in so long too. Where's my autos? That's what I'm starting to get a little concerned about right now. And I picked this case, so I take responsibility. Started off great in that first stack with the Harper like that, and then plenty of time, plenty of time. Gotta see it. Guys, take your select hybrids. I'm going to add another player break as soon as I'm done with this break, guys, so don't go anywhere. Afterwards, I'll add in some more of these blasters. Might even start to add in, maybe we'll do some half case. Pick your teams, maybe. Some stabs would be fun. Kobe Brea. Starting to panic on these autos. Starting to panic, not gonna lie. All right, last stack, guys. Last stack, last stack. Come on. Chase Richardson on the red, white, and blue. True blue again for the Pistons. He is hunting me. Colin Murray on the refractor. There's another Shea. Ace. Yeah, yeah, maybe. I was pretty insistent on going this way too. I just believed, new different case mojo. I guess I'm totally wrong. We'll say, hey, what if there's a Cooper flag auto or anything, then we're good. Yeah, we had a paradox of Reeves and an advisory of Dylan Harper. So we had two, which ironically they were flipped backwards, which I don't think I've ever seen that in a blaster case. What is happening? Please have an auto. Please have a Knipple auto. I'm only going to ask for a Knipple. I'd love a Cooper flag. I'd love something massive. I'd love a Wemby auto. I'd love a LeBron auto. Love a Steph Curry auto. Purple for the Spurs. That's a nice Castle to 75. Nice Castle. Jace Refractor. Lots of Jace Richardsons in this. Another Harper on the red, white, and blue. This might be an orange. It is not. It's just the basketballs of Clifford. It looked like a brighter color. That's why I said that. Oh no. Please don't do this to me. I think that might have been the first case that I did not hit a auto at all. I'm very sorry for picking that case. I apologize. Sorry, guys. My bad. I should have stuck with the old case. That was bad. I don't know if I could say worst case, but we didn't really connect on anything else. Good for the Harper Yang spot. Everybody else, yeah, sorry, guys. That was a tough one, though. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't blame you, Claymos. I might need a bag after this one. Oh, that was tough. Sorry, guys. Fuck. I felt confident in that left pick, so I take the L on this one. I was confident in that pick too. I was confident in that left call. Ah. Ah. There. There, I'll throw in a couple extra hangers from the Hammer Mixer. There, you guys can have a couple extra hangers. I'm sorry. I feel bad. That was kind of disastrous. At least give us an opportunity for something here. I had to count the hangers to make sure I had enough for the mixers. Hopefully we hit something here, guys. Can't promise. I just gotta hope these have something. Ingram. Box 1 did not have anything. Okay, alright. At least we're gonna hit an auto for somebody. Looks like a Celtic auto. He was on WWE Raw last night. It's Derek White for Mr. Henderson. At least you get an auto. Told you, I don't think we hit any autos or anything out of those boxes. I could be mistaken, but I don't remember hitting any autos or SSPs. I could be wrong. All right, I tried. I tried, guys. I tried. I tried. You can't get mad at me. I tried. Recap. Reeves, nice Harper on the advisory. And an extra Derek White. Sorry, guys. That one wasn't the best. But we continue. Topps Chrome Blasters 22. Excuse me. 22. Topps Chrome Blasters. Pick your player number 22. Thank you, guys. I'll add in number